Hey, YouTube. Hello. How we doing today? Back with you, another video. I'm Johnny Torres, and this is my drum channel where I talk about drums and gigging. Just music, all right? Music. So I had somebody ask me, hey, when are you gonna show us your beautiful piccolo that you got, and it's all restored and stuff? I said, I will. I'll make a video of that. So today I'm going to show you my brass Yamaha piccolo. It's an 80s version of a piccolo brass. It's what is it, 14 by 3.5, so it's pretty thin, normal 14-inch, but it weighs a ton. I mean, it weighs a ton. I had to do a little modification to it, but yeah, I found it on reverb.com, and I'll tell you a little story. I found it I was looking for one because I used to have one, and I loved it. It rang. It had this beautiful ring. You know, if you guys own one or a brass piccolo snare, there's a certain ring to it that it's kind of like. So when I gave it back to my cousin, I was like, now what? So I looked around, and some of the piccolo snares that I was looking at were affordable. You know, you can find a good piccolo snare out there that's affordable. If you go on reverb.com or Guitar Center, like a pre-owned one, you'll find one, and some of them are very fairly priced, except for like the higher end ones. You know, of course, like Yamaha makes one of a certain artist model, and it's kind of like a teal or green, beautiful brass color, but it's up there in price. You know, they're not cheap. You can get a pearl one. You can get a regular metal pearl snare piccolo, and they sound great. They sound great. This one, I really wanted to replace it because it just sounds different. It's like I said, it's a different model. They're collectible, and once I found this one on reverb.com, I texted a guy from Kansas, somewhere in Kansas, and he said he texted me back and he said it's in really bad shape. It's been in my garage for about 5 years. It's all full of you know, crap, and it doesn't look the way it's supposed to. He wanted to learn how to play drums, so he bought a beautiful recording custom drum set and the snare about 5 years ago. He kept the drum set inside, but the snare, he kept it out in the garage, and you know, it gets cold in Kansas, and there's snow, and you know, there's heat, there's tornadoes. But yeah, it got pretty messy. I wish I had a before picture, and I did, but I don't anymore. So I took off the heads, of course, and I replaced the heads. I'm gonna bust it out right now so you can see what I'm talking about. This is my brass Yamaha SD 493 piccolo, and you can see it's got the bottom hoop has these metal whatever you want to call them, where the snares go through. So this snare wires, I had to personally, God, this thing is heavy. You could like, this thing is heavy. So the snare wires that it had, you know, were the regular ones, and you know, they went up to here. So I knew right away that those weren't the real wires. So after cleaning it, taking all the lugs off, you know, I used Brasso, I used all kinds of cool stuff to get it looking the way it is. And it was bad. I mean, some of this stuff I couldn't get off, but I mean, it looks way, way better than what it used to. And so I called up Guitar Center, or was it, no, it was the other one, Musician's Friend. And I talked to a kid, and I'm like, hey, I need a snare wire for this snare. And it's a vintage snare, so it's gonna be different, snare wires. And he's like, yeah, let me see what I got here. And he told me the size, and at the time I had written down the size of the snare wires I needed. And he's like, is this it? And I'm like, no, that's too short. That's not gonna fit. I need the ones that go all the way to the end, like right there. He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't think we sell those. And I said, okay, well, thanks for your help. So then I called a different company, and I don't want to keep saying names. So I called a different company, and that guy knew exactly what I was talking about. He's like, oh yeah, it's the same snare wires for the Pearl free floating piccolo snare. And I go, yeah. He's like, okay, Pure Sound is the brand. If you guys have one of these and are looking for the snares that go all the way across, Pure Sound, okay, Sweetwater. And with these snare wires, it sounds different. It sounds it's crispier. It's more what's the word we want to find here? We want to use. It's more snappier. Like it's just the resistance. You know, you could probably just, you know, that's how snappy it is, and I love that because you know the other ones were nice, but there's definitely a sound difference. So yeah. So then I said, you know, hey, how much do you want for it? And I knew these were going for like $900 on the internet. And there was only two, one on eBay, one on eBay, one on Guitar Center, and they were both up there, 800 and something, and the other one was like $900. So I said, what do you want for the snare? He goes, man, it's in bad shape. He's like, you know what? If you take care of it and you polish it up, send me a picture when it's done, you can get it. I'll give it to you for $450. And I'm like, take my credit card. Take my money. Here. I was like, yes. Yes. And I told my ex-girlfriend that if I die before my snare, she's got to put it in my casket. Or my kids know that now. So this guy's going with me when I die. It's coming in my casket, and it's heavy. So anyways, let's get to playing this thing, man, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like. We'll do that. So we're gonna do this with the snare wires off first, so you can kind of hear what it sounds like here. Now I have a Remo Ambassador coated on the top, and just a regular clear Evans on the bottom. All right, so we're gonna do that. snares now. I'll do one with the snare wires a little loose. Now it is tuned a little higher, not really medium. Now we'll get it on there pretty tight. Snare wires tighter. Dampening sound with a little gel here. have tuned this down to a low level, and just to get that Nashville sound. This is a very versatile snare. You can go medium, get a rock sound, or even looser. If you want to go loose, not looser, but loose, you can get that Nashville country sound. It's a very, very versatile snare, and I'm so glad I found this. So glad I bought it. I mean, heavy, but I love it. And for everybody that wanted to kind of check it out and see what it sounds like, yeah, this is my favorite snare. So I think I'll play it this weekend. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you guys are digging what you're seeing here. Next gig we'll do some recording. We'll talk a little bit about maybe going out to the gig, playing with certain bands. Now I play in the Midwest area. I'm like 40 minutes away from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And you know what? The gigs here, man, the gigs here are good. You know, if you get yourself out and about and start playing with bands, and then you get a little recognition, and you know, stay humble. You know, don't try not to have an attitude, or at least I don't. You know, I try to stay humble. I don't get into anybody's business. I just, you know, I just go do my job. You know, and I do what I love to do. Is play the drums, play music, play in a band. In this band that I play with, you know, those guys are really, really good to me. There's a lot of good bands here, a lot of good players in the Midwest. You know, there's some bands in Milwaukee that are nationally known. You probably know the Bodines, of course. The harmonica player, what's his name? Jim Lieben from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And then you have quite a few artists in Milwaukee that have done something with music career. But you have all these other bands that are coming out. A lot of original younger groups. Even like the bands around here that play covers. You know, they're really good. There's a lot of good ones here, and in this town there's a lot of good musicians where I live, and that's wonderful because we all can kind of like learn from each other. You know, there's no sense in having an ego and going to see a band and going, oh, okay, well, watch this guy. Oh, what is he doing? Oh, he's playing out. Oh, he's playing. You know, maybe that guy doesn't want to play it a certain way. Maybe he wants to like play it differently, because you know, we don't know what he's feeling. Maybe he's feeling something else, like, hey, I want to try something else. I want to be a little more you know, I want to feel this, because I play it every night the same way, and it's okay to change it once in a while, you know, to play what you want and be creative. That's what we're all here, man, to be creative and share things with one another. There's no sense for ego, man. And you know, like I said, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, there's a lot of great bands. Like I said, Jim Lieben, Violet Femmes, and you know, there's quite a bit of great musicians around in this area. So yeah, we'll do that next time, and we'll talk about some other stuff. But thanks for watching, and I hope you liked this video. And there she is. And this is all I need in life. So if a girl ever asks me, are you married? I say, yes, I am, to my snare, after she walks away. Anyways, like and subscribe, man, if you guys like this kind of thing, and we'll see you next time. Hey, keep on rocking. See ya.